there's a lot of infrastructure going into Africa at the moment. Loads of big pipes that are coming along and promising the world, promising that we'll get decent internet connectivity, promising that we'll get cheap internet connectivity. So what does that mean? Well, we've got to start working on getting content online. Because if you don't have a reason to go online, well, why should you use it? I mean, go into Africa these days and ask somebody, what can you do with the internet? A blank face. For us, we say the word Google. Just Google it. Try do that in Africa. The guy looks at you blankly. Please spell it. What did you just say? Google. Guys don't know about it. But there's a huge opportunity. For every 1% increase in internet users in Africa, we see a 4.3% increase in export GDP. So wow, we just have to increase it by 1% every time, and we're growing the GDP value of these economies. Awesome. But what do we have to do? So we're going to focus on 3 areas from our point of view. The first area is all about access. It's all great that we've got these big pipes coming down and we've got loads of mobile networks out there. I think there's 500 million Africans using mobile phones, but they're not necessarily using the internet. So how do we solve that problem? We've got to get devices into the market that allow guys to connect to the internet, whether that's a cheap feature phone or what we're focusing on is cheap smartphones. So already in the market, there's a $100 Android smartphone in the market. Kenya, Uganda, South Africa's just launched a 999 Rand smartphone, Android smartphone, that is just as powerful as your iPhone. Awesome. But we've got to get it down to $25. So we can get the guys connected, but the price of data is terrible. So we work with the mobile operators, showing them the business models that if you scale and you provide cheaper data at cheaper margins, you can actually grow your business a lot more. A lot of operators in Africa charge something like 4,000% margins on data. That's not going to fly in that market. Relevance. We're getting guys connected, we're getting low-end devices into the market. But it really doesn't help if I've got no reason as a Zimbabwean to get onto the internet and use it. So how do I change that? First of all, we've got to get content in play. We've got to get businesses online. We've got to get them making money online. So when I'm in Zimbabwe, I can say, I'm looking for my closest kebab store, expensive kebab store. Fantastic, I can find it. There's a reason for me to go online. In fact, we have to go further than that. We have to get the localization right. There are 2,100 languages in Africa. So let's translate every single product into those 2,100 languages. A lot easier to read in a language that you know. In fact, let's go a step further. It's no good just getting internet there. Let's start delivering local technologies. USSD, SMS, crazy acronyms, that allows you as an entry-level handset to do a search with SMS. So you can start getting that feeling what it's like to make use of internet-like services. So we got the guys connected, we're getting content out there, we're growing it, but we've got to make sure it's sustainable. You can't just have 1 or 2 big corporations trying to drive it. We've got to get the users knowledgeable enough and educated enough to know how to use the internet. So we run university programs. By 2015, Africa will have the largest labor population on the planet. Bigger than India, bigger than China. What an opportunity for Africa. But we're in a digital global market space. So let's get these guys engaged with digital and allow them to build businesses online, no matter what they're exporting. We need to develop the communities. I've been to multiple countries all over Africa, and their development communities, in some cases, are more advanced than South Africa. We see more downloads of the Android SDK coming from Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, than Johannesburg or Cape Town. Wow. Talent. So let's embrace that. Provide tools for the communities, A, to develop their businesses, B, to become better engineers, C, to get out there and develop this content that we're trying to drive. 4 key trends that we're seeing happening out of the smartphone space. Now, this is what's happening globally. What drives smartphone adoption? What drives this new innovation? And it really starts with entertainment. You've got to be entertained. You can't just do dull stuff. Who gets onto their phone and, for the first time and does something like a science calculation? Not a chance. In fact, in my case, I get online and I play Angry Birds. Anyone know Angry Birds? It's not my wife. It's a game where you flick a bunch of Angry Birds into a whole lot of pigs. 328 years of our lives spent playing this every day. That's what drives innovation and uptake of these services. YouTube, 400 million views every day. The second largest video engine on the planet is YouTube Mobile. People love to have spare time and use these things. Mobile's immediate. It's in your pocket. So as soon as you've got an idea, let me do this booking. Let me find out about that. Ooh, I've got to book so-and-so. What about a babysitter? It's immediate. You don't wait until you get home. So you start thinking about the applications as a marketer. What can I be doing in my radio ad that can immediately drive a request to drive an SMS, do a search, find out more information about my brand? Because it's with you the whole time. Mobile is local. 1 in 3 searches has a local element. That's fantastic if you own a retail business, or if you're a small business who is running a mom and pop shop around the corner to now be found. Cell phones are leveling the playing field to allow SMEs to play at the same level as, say, KFC with their retail stores. It's local, and it's very effective. Finally, because it's local, because it's immediate, it's a perfect shopping device. So again, as businesses, what can we be doing to make use of mobile? And I think there's this common threat in the industry where people in the retail space go, well, as soon as they see a special in my store, what I'm going to see is they're going to hop onto their mobile and they're going to place an order with clothing.com, even though they've gone into my store, tried it on, and they're not going to buy it here. That's not happening. Why? Because we're immediate. In the US, it takes 24 hours to get that shirt that you've just ordered. In South Africa, it's 24 days. So you're immediate. You want it now. You're using it as a price check tool to find a better deal or not nearby you. So that's where the smartphone technology is going. How is this going to impact on Africa? That's the next question. Huge growth around Android. It's now the largest smartphone device on the planet. And we're using cheap, low-end, cost-effective Android devices, and we're bringing them into emerging markets. We're not interested in iPhone, who've got the top 2%. Fantastic. We're interested in empowering 98% of the rest of the world to be online. We believe it's a human right, and we're going to use Android to do this.